20 of 2024. I am the chairman of the board. My name is Attorney Greg Bland. This is Melanie Cadero. Mr. Pereira is not here tonight, so we have a two-member board. Pursuant to the open meeting law, any person may make an audio or visual recording of this public meeting and may transmit the meeting through any media. Attendees are therefore advised that such recordings or transmissions are being made, whether perceived or unperceived, by those present and are deemed acknowledged and permissible. The city charter section 9-18 mandates that all multiple member bodies develop and adopt rules or policy for public comment. We have adopted such a policy which in short provides for citizen input on licensing board specific matters at the beginning of each meeting. There is a sign-up sheet that is located in the back of the room. We have anything?
Nobody signed it. Greg, can you just state that they have the option to postpone, because it has to be a unanimous decision?
I apologize.
No worries.
Anybody, because we only have two members, anybody who does not desire to go forward tonight may do so. And we can hold that off until the next meeting, because it has to be a unanimous vote now on any petition before this board. There's only two members. So I will do this. If anybody desires to postpone their meeting, but what about the show cause?
No, that's going forth. You guys can still make a decision with two members.
I know, but if they want to, what if they want to wait for a full body?
I guess they could if they wanted to.
Okay,
Point of order, Mr. Chairman.
yes.
If Mr. Pereira was here, are you saying that every petition would need a unanimous vote?
No, Ms. Pereira was here, 2-1 would carry. Tonight it's 2-0. Both of me and Ms. Cadero would have to vote yes or vote no. So I will take any, at this stage, just let me know when I call a petition, whether or not you want to continue it till the next month's meeting, or you want to proceed tonight. Okay? We'll start with the one-day permits. Holy Name Parish, 850 Pierce Street, Dorothy Mahoney Pacheco. Date of the event is 4/6/24. Anybody here on behalf of the petitioner? Come right up.
Hello there, how are you?
Hi, could you please state your name and address for the record, please?
Yep, it's Dorothy Mahoney Pacheco, 1547 Highland Avenue, Fall River.
Ms. Pacheco, I understand you want a one-day liquor permit for April 6, 2024. It appears that it's a spaghetti and meatball dinner?
That is correct, a
Okay.
parish dinner.
All right, I have one question. What is the end time of this event?
It'll be 9 p.m.
So it's 5 to 9
5
p.m.?
to 9, correct.
And it also says in your application there's expected attendance is 250 people?
Approximately between 200 and 250.
Okay,
I don't suspect any higher than 250.
okay. You're aware that you have to contact the police department in order to get a police detail?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Mr. Carey, any questions?
No questions.
Could I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the one-day permit for Holy Name Parish on April 6, 2024.
I'll second that motion. Any questions on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The motion carries.
Thank you very much.
And I apologize if I say this wrong. Paille Resto Restaurant, 1335 Pleasant Street, Tamara Nerestant. Anybody here for this petition? Or do you just take it off the list, Madam Clerk?
You're just gonna have to table it.
Could I have a motion to table?
I'll make a motion to table.
But it's, I'll second that motion. Any questions on the motion?
None.
The only thing is, it's for the 30th. We're not gonna be back, so
I know.
it's not gonna go
We
forward.
have a special meeting on that.
Okay. Common Victualers Entertainment License. El Gerbarto Restaurant, 840 Bedford Street, Amanda Jimenez Sastre. Sorry if I got your name wrong. I do apologize. Would you like to come up, please? For the record, we do have police approvals for this particular petition, correct? Okay. Ms. Sastre, could you state your name and address for the record, please?
Miranda Jimenez Ostre is 840 Bedford Street, Fall River, Massachusetts.
Okay, can you tell me a little bit about what you've applied for?
I think we're applying for the virtual license, entertainment license right now. sorry, my first language is Spanish.
Oh, excuse me.
I understand, but
No, I understand, Ms.
I
Jimenez.
just get nervous.
I can't do this. It's your uncle? I represent your uncle, I represent the owner of the establishment. Danny owns it now, right? And Marina, I just saw Marina's name, you might have to put this on the special meeting. I represent the landlord.
Oh, okay.
We talked, remember, we have never met, but we've talked.
Yeah.
So what they're gonna do is, because you're only gonna have one member left, because I'm gonna abstain, they're gonna try to have a special meeting next week,
Okay.
okay? So we'll put this on the agenda, and I apologize.
That's
I'm
okay.
sorry. I didn't look at it close enough. I only saw the agenda, but I should have saw the address. I do apologize. So they'll get in touch with you. It'll likely be next week. I think they're gonna try to do it the 28th, the 29th, or the 30th. It'll be next week, hopefully.
Okay. So
Okay.
they call me or send me a letter.
I'll call you and let you know the date and time. It'll be earlier in the morning, okay?
Okay.
All right,
Thank
sorry
you.
about that.
That's okay.
That's not her fault, that's my fault.
That's okay.
I
Have a good day.
apologize. I'm sorry.
I'll make a motion to table.
Can you make a motion to put on the next scheduled meeting?
Tamara is here, yeah.
Okay. I'll make a motion to put this matter in the next scheduled meeting.
I'll second the motion for purpose of bringing it forward. All those in favor?
Aye.
I'll abstain. Class, no, that's gonna be in a special meeting as well, okay. Number 5, entertainment license, the Brew House District, 139 South Main Street, Nicholas Ozug.
We forgot,
Class-
B. We forgot B. I gave you a new, is that your old?
Yep, I
It's
apologize.
okay, I put the new one over there for you.
Sorry, everybody, I'm a little
okay.
confused tonight. Sorry, I apologize. We're still on 4. Sorry, St. James Pub is under Class 2.
Oh, it meant to be under entertainment, well, you can just call it under entertainment.
That's probably why I didn't see it. I
Yeah,
apologize.
great, huh? Okay,
Under entity, we're back to 3. I apologize, there's a little glitch in the agenda. B, St. James Irish Pub, 91 Purchase Street, Matthew Medley. See, I don't have it here, that's why. That's why I thought I was
I
right.
printed it out. You can just say it, you can just.
Okay, Mr. Medley, could you tell us a little bit about what you're looking for?
Just a karaoke license on Monday evening, perhaps from like 8 to midnight, if possible.
Just Monday evenings?
Yes, sir.
Any questions from the board?
No questions.
Okay, anybody out there in favor of this petition? Anyone to oppose it? Hearing no motion, I entertain a motion to accept an entertainment license for St. James Pub, 91 Purchase Street, Matthew Medley, to have karaoke on Monday evenings from 8 PM to 12 PM.
I'll make a motion to approve the entertainment license for St. James Irish Pub for karaoke Monday nights, 8 PM to 12 AM.
12 PM, right?
12 a.m.
12 AM.
Is that, or midnight?
Midnight,
She's right, okay, we're gonna go with her, though, she's smarter than me. I'll second that motion. Any questions on the motion?
No questions.
Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion is granted.
Thank you.
Okay, now I'll get back to doing these things correctly. 5 entertainment licenses, Brew House District, 139 South Main Street, Nicholas Ozug. Sorry, Mr. Ozug. Could you please state your name for the record and address, please?
Nicholas Ozug, 139 South Main Street.
Okay, Mr. Ozug, can you tell us a little bit about what you're requesting here?
Entertainment as in trivia, musical bingo, karaoke.
Okay. Is that also, I see checked off here, live music?
Yes, we're not looking at that time, but in the future, yes, same
Okay.
thing. 1 or 2 piece band.
And what are your hours of operation right now?
Right now, we're 11 a.m. till 12 p.m.
And obviously it'll be the confines of those hours.
Correct.
There's no police report needed on this particular application.
He just had a report recently.
Ms. Cudero, any questions?
No questions?
All those in favor of this petition? All those opposed? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to accept, to grant the entertainment license for the Brew House District, 139 South Main Street.
I'll make a motion to approve the entertainment license for the Brew House District.
I'll second that motion. Any questions on the motion?
None.
Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Carried. All set, Mr. Ozark.
Thank you very
Good
much.
luck with
Thanks.
Have a
everything.
good day, thank you.
Okay, now we have change of managers. Apple New England LLC, 311 Plymouth Avenue, Jack Bender.
How you doing today?
Could you please state your name and address for the record, please?
It's Jack Bender, 311 Plymouth Ave.
And you're looking for a change of manager, and that would be you, Mr. Bender?
That's correct.
Okay. Mr. Bender, just tell me a little bit about your experience in the food industry.
So I've been with Applebee's for about 4 years. I've just actually moved from the Walpole location to Fall River.
So obviously you have ample experience in doing this.
Yes, sir.
The police report, the police have approved this. I'm not sure if I said that, but the police report is in and it's been approved. Any questions, Ms. Cudero?
No questions?
Anybody in favor of this petition? Anybody opposed? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to appoint Mr. Jack Bender, manager of Apple New England LLC, 311 Plymouth Avenue.
I'll make a motion to approve the change of manager at Apple New England to Jack Bender.
I'll second that. Any questions on the motion?
None.
Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? All set, Mr. Bender. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Next, we have the Biera Alta LLC, 826 Plymouth Avenue, Maria Julia Barroso.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman,
Good evening,
member
Mr.
of
Evening.
the board.
Mr. Macy, how are you?
I'm good. I'm Joseph, for the record, I'm Joseph Macy, an attorney with an office at 209 Bedford Street. I'm here with Mrs. Barrasso, asking simply for a straightforward change of manager on Biera Alta. Mrs. Barrasso has some experience in the food industry, but more importantly, she'll be there most evenings to take care of the books, the records, the scheduling, certainly to make sure we're in compliance with all the codes, liquor and otherwise.
Okay, so she's gonna spend substantial time at the location?
Yes,
Okay. Everything else relative to the business is gonna stay as is, just a straight change of manager, correct?
right.
Okay. Any questions?
No questions?
Anybody in favor of this petition? Anybody to oppose it? Hearing none, I will recommend, can I have a motion to have the change of manner for Biera Alta LLC, 826 Plymouth Avenue, that to be Maria Julia Barroso.
I'll make a motion to approve the change of manager at Bureau Alta LLC to Maria Julia Barroso.
I'll second that motion. Any questions on the motion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion's granted.
Thank you
Good
very
luck,
much.
Ms. Barroso. The third change of manager is the Italian Progressive Club of Fall River, 310 Slade Street, Ronald Richard, change of officers, directors, LLC, managers. Could you please state your name for the record, name and address for the record, please, sir?
Roland Richard, 310 Slade Street, Fall River.
Okay, Mr. Richard, let me take a look at this. So is this just a change of manager also?
He was approved with the change of
Yes,
manager,
I
but they
was.
didn't have their offices up to date with the state, so he has to come back in front of us again, and that's gotta get sent up to Boston.
Okay, so basically, we're just doing
Housekeeping.
little housekeeping,
Yeah.
because everything's in order now with, relative to the,
Yeah.
and everything's all set with the police department, so, I'll entertain a motion to, with the Italian Progressive Club of Fall River, 310 Slade Street, to, and Roland Richards, to change the officers, directors, LLC managers, and have approval, of that.
To do that in 3 separate.
Do you need separate motions?
Yeah, that would be good.
Okay, so,
Okay.
so we're gonna do the change of officers, then change of directors, but he's already been appointed manager?
He has, it's up in, it hasn't been officially approved in Boston.
But do we have to do it again?
Yes, please.
Okay. Well, I'll entertain a motion, as I said, for the Italian Progressive Club of Fall River, 310 Slade Street, for the, to approve the change of officers.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the change of officers for the Italian Progressive Club.
I'll second that motion. Anyone in favor, anybody opposed? Any questions on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? That's done. Now we'll entertain a Italian Progressive Club of Fall River, 310 Slade Street, Roland Richard, to approve the change of directors.
I'll make a motion to approve the change of directors at the Italian Progressive Club.
I'll second that motion. Anybody to be heard in favor? Anybody opposed? Hearing none. Any questions on the motion, Mr.
None.
Darrow? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. And lastly, we will do the Italian Progressive Club of Fall River, 310 Slade Street, Roland Richard, for approval of the new manager.
I'll make a motion to approve the change of managers for the Italian Progressive Club
I'll
to
sec-
Roland Richard.
I will second that motion. Anyone in favor? Anyone opposed? Any questions on the motion?
None.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. All set, Ms. Natchez. Have a
Thank
good
you.
night.
You too.
Number 7, Lodging House. Rinaldi Peace Operations LLC, care of Forward Property Management. Address is 195/197 Rodman Street, 270 Fort Street, 276 Fort Street. Joseph Rinaldi.
Didn't show up.
We had a special meeting for this last week, and it was continued till today. And it was specifically told at that meeting to make sure the owners were here to answer to these requests. Them not being here, I'm not gonna entertain well, it's not totally my decision, but I would recommend no further tabling. I would recommend a denial of this request.
I'll make a motion to deny the lodging house license for Rinaldi Peace Operations LLC.
I will second that motion. Anyone in favor of this motion? Anyone opposed? Okay. You may address the board prior to the vote.
Good evening. Glenn Hathaway, Building Commissioner with the City of Fall River.
Mr. Hathaway?
I was involved in this process. So with that decision that the board, I seems to have made, how do I proceed with?
You're the enforcement. They don't have a lodging license anymore as of today. They don't
That-
have, well, they don't have one anyhow because they failed to file on time.
Correct.
We had a special meeting to try to accommodate them, and it was a mess.
Correct.
And at that time, we gave them the courtesy to be able to come back at this meeting to meet with you and Mr. Hilario to try to straighten out certain things that were awry, and we told them to be here. They're not here if it's a lodging house, and I don't know what you do in terms of where you put these people, but I can say this to you, there's no more lodging house. Well, it's not gonna be, my vote's gonna be to deny it right now, tonight, and I think Ms. Cadero's gonna be the same thing, so there's no more lodging house license.
Okay.
So I think at that point in time, they're gonna have to get a cease and desist to no longer continue to operate that building as a lodging house.
Absolutely. That's why I'd like clarification. I'm asking for the
Well, well,
clarification.
I think you can agree, you were here, what was it, last week, when we had a special meeting just for them, to try to rectify their error by not filing on time. And they were told to be here with the owner. And if they're not here, then they have to pay the consequences.
I wholeheartedly agree with you, Mr. Chairman. Would you allow me to talk in regards to the inspection that took place there last week in reference to them? Or would you prefer I just do my job?
I'm gonna prefer, Glenn, in all due respect, that you just do your job. They're not here.
Thank you.
We have a file full of complaints besides that we're gonna get addressed tonight, but they're not here, they don't wanna address their problems. It's not for us to try to decipher what's going on. You're doing your job, you and Mr. Hilario already have, as far as I'm concerned. You guys have done your job, and they're not taking responsibility for their particular property. You know, I'm not gonna guess what they're doing or why they're gonna be doing things. I'm a steadfast denial of this license at this point.
Thank you very much.
Ms. Darrow, you got anything to say?
I agree.
Okay. Can we vote on the motion now? All those in favor of denying this lodging house license?
Aye.
All those opposed? The application is denied.
Thank you.
Okay. We now have the new alcohol common victualer's license for Macia Enterprises LLC, DBA Casa Ive Dominican Cuisine, 390 Rhode Island Ave, Johan Macia Nunez, and again, I apologize if I'm making some mistakes there, young man. I apologize for that. Mr. Saad, can you please state your name and address for the record?
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, Madam Commissioner. My name is David Assad. I'm an attorney licensed to practice in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. I maintain offices at 326 Pine Street in the city of Fall River. I'm representing Macia Enterprises LLC this evening. They do business as Casa Ive Dominican Cuisine, located at 390 Rhode Island Avenue, Fall River. They're here this evening for a new all-alcohol license for the restaurant.
Okay.
And there's I'd like to bring something, on my numbered paragraph 3, hours of operation, we had 9 a.m. To 8 p.m. But since then, we've thought about it, and if with the new alcohol license, if it's approved, we'd like to include the time of operation to 10 p.m., 2 more hours. So that's a change on the application that I didn't get a chance to.
9 a.m. to 10 p.m.?
Yes,
would
9
be the
a.m.
hours
to
of
10 p.m.,
operation?
Tuesday through Sunday, closed on Mondays.
Okay. The manager's gonna be you?
The manager will be, yes.
Do you have any experience in the liquor industry?
Not necessarily.
He's
Okay.
run the restaurant since September of 2023. His background is such that he was in security for a few years at Target from 2016 to 2019, and he's currently a relationship banker with Bank of America. So his ongoing activity is dealing with the public on a one-to-one basis, and he's been running the restaurant with his mother as the cook.
You gonna be there, you're gonna spend
He's gonna be there 35 hours a week is what he's planning on being there.
And the restaurant's been in existence?
Since September of 2023. They took over the space, they moved in, and it's been operating.
No issues with this? No?
The other, the only component is they're looking for also some outside dining in that's a 2-car parking space in front, roughly 20 by 20, 400 square feet. And the use of that would be seasonal. And I look to Ms. Ayash for the seasonable times that we've normally approved. I don't know when it gets warm enough to go outside.
It's when it gets warm enough. If it's
That's it, so
altered-
you didn't need a specific
Nope,
date?
if it's
Okay.
altered for that area, it's when
That's
it's
okay.
appropriate to be outside.
Okay, I'm gonna ask for a little guidance from Ms. Ayers. So is that a separate motion that we make?
Yes, and he will, when it's time to activate that, he's gonna go speak to someone in the police department and the building inspector. They go down there, inspect it, make sure
Inspect
it's
to
safe.
make sure that, yes,
Correct.
correct.
So not
The barriers will go up and.
It won't move
So
forward.
not today.
No, you can approve it,
Okay.
because we're gonna send the whole thing up to Boston.
Okay, so
Yeah.
do we have 3 motions here? Do we have the all alcoholic beverage? And as my,
The manager and then
Manager.
the outdoor
the
dining.
predecessor, before Mr. McCoy, Mr. Salino called me and said that we had missed approving managers by a separate motion, so he caught me on that in church. So I'm gonna do it right today. And then we'll have the third one. So at this time, I'm going to entertain, the first motion is to accept the new alcoholic beverage license and common victualer's license for Macia, I hope I'm saying, Enterprise
Yep.
LLC, DBA
Macia
Casa Ive Dominican Cuisine, 390 Rhode Island Ave.
I'll make a motion to approve the new all-alcohol common victual license for Macia Enterprises LLC.
I will second that. Anybody in favor of the motion? Anybody opposed? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries. Now, I'll entertain a a motion to appoint Johan Macia Nunez, manager of Macia Enterprise LLC, DBA Casa Ive Dominican Cuisine, 390 Rhode Island Ave.
I'll make a motion to approve Johan Macia Nunez as manager of Casa Ive Dominican Cuisine.
I'll second that motion. Everybody in favor of that motion? Anybody opposed? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, that motion carries, and now we'll do the seasonal. I will entertain a motion to grant a seasonal,
Hold on, I just wanna, it's not seasonal.
okay,
it's gonna encompass their whole area to serve alcohol pending when it's warm, people will sit outside, so it's just the outdoor dining is what we'll call it.
Okay. I'm gonna entertain a motion to approve a extension of the all alcoholic beverage license to include outdoor dining, in accordance with the hours stipulated by the city of Fall River. How's that? Okay.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve the extension of their all alcohol license for outdoor dining for Casa Iva Dominican Cuisine.
Okay, in accordance
In
with
accordance
the hours and times set forth by the city.
Standard hours of operation.
Madam Clerk, do I need to see you tomorrow and substitute that page 3 with the hours, or did you
Oh, you
just?
can-
I was gonna say that, because we missed it when we did it, that all of these are going to be adjusted to incorporate the hours of 9 AM to 10 PM.
Thank you, Madam. Thank you.
Okay, that's a motion, I'll second the motion. Anybody in favor? Anybody opposed? Motion is granted for the extension of the
Hours of operation.
outside dining, extension of the all alcoholic beverages and common victuals for outside dining. And let the record reflect that there's been a change in the application from hours of operation from 9 AM to 10 PM, and that's in all 3 approvals.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Madam Commissioner. Thank you, Ms. Ash.
Oh, she is here? Okay. Very good, we will.
I got this to work. I'm so proud of myself, I'm so terrible
It
at
works.
this. I got it.
I think we're gonna go back, we're gonna bring on Paille Resto Restaurant, 1-day permit. Hi, how are you?
Hi, good.
Could you please state your name and address for the record?
Tamara Neristan, 1335 Pleasant Street, Fall River.
Ms. Neristat, could you please, this is a 1-day alcohol permit for March 30th, next week. And can you tell me a little bit about what it's about, please?
It's the Haitian Easter. That's the last Sunday of
Oh,
the
okay.
month. Yeah,
And so it says that you're gonna have approximately 30 people,
yes,
okay, from 9 PM to 2 AM?
yes,
Okay. And it's just beer and wine?
yes,
Okay. You're aware that you have to get a police detail, correct?
yes.
Okay. Is this a regular event, or is this the first
No,
year?
First time she's, I
First
think,
year?
asked for it, correct?
Yeah.
First year,
Yeah.
okay. Any questions on it?
No questions.
I'll entertain a motion to grant this 1-day liquor permit to PI, I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong,
Yeah, it's PI.
PI Resto Restaurant. Yeah, I'll entertain a motion to that effect.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve the 1-day permit for PI Resto Restaurant for March 30th, 2023.
I will second that motion. Anybody in favor? Anybody opposed? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? All set.
One more. This one for the 1-day permit. What about the entertainment license?
Oh, it's in there.
Apologize. I didn't see it on there, and I didn't It is here. Okay. All right. Now you want an entertainment license. What kind of entertainment is it?
It's for karaoke and live music.
Okay. Within those same hours?
Yes. Actually, this one, it's gonna be only Friday and Saturdays, 9 to 2, 9 PM to 2.
All right, so the entertainment
That's
license
something
is every week? That's
Yeah,
not, okay,
yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize that. Okay. Is there any, police needed for that?
Not in general, but she's gonna have a detail there, hopefully, for the 1 day, and
Yeah.
I guess you'll be utilizing the entertainment as well that day, correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, but there's no police approval for them because they're already existing,
Yeah,
correct?
she's good, yeah.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion to, grant the entertainment license for PI, excuse me, let me make sure, Resto LLC.
I'll make a motion to approve the entertainment license for PI Resto Restaurant.
I will second that. Anybody in favor? Anybody opposed? Any questions?
No questions.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Both matters granted.
All right, thank you.
Good luck.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Ms. Cadillo, because she saw you, because we had already passed it. Okay, now is there a separate file for this, or is it in here? Because I don't see it.
It's at the, I gave you everything is right there for you.
Okay, that's it, okay. Now we have a show cause hearing.
Okay, I got it. I can't believe I did this.
Show cause hearing for La Conquista Lounge, 227 South Main Street, Nuno Soto. Come up, Mr. Frank.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, Madam Clerk, Detective Campolone. For the record, my name is Arthur Frank. I'm a lawyer with an address of 209 Bedford Street, Fall River, Massachusetts, and I represent the license holder. With me is Mr. Sudo. He is the responsible corporate officer.
Okay. Do we normally proceed forward on this first and let them address it?
Initially, the police would.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We
Yes.
give their presentation, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Detective Campolone, how do you guys want to handle it on your end from the police department?
Officers was involved.
Is that how you do it?
Yeah, this is my first show cause, so.
Okay. All right, well, we'll bring up the policemen who were directly involved with the incident that brought us here tonight.
May you sit at the microphone?
Yeah, sure. Could you please,
Just hit it?
officers, could you just please state your names and addresses for the record, please?
Sergeant David Gouveia, 685 Pleasant Street, Fall River.
Officer James Mello, 685 Pleasant Street, Fall River.
Okay. Could you just please let the board know and the respondents why they're here and what's the nature and substance of the complaint to be brought before us for a show cause hearing, please?
So on January 1st, 2024, at 04:33 a.m., we were dispatched to 227 South Main Street, La Conquista Lounge, for approximately 20 people fighting outside. Upon our arrival, there were approximately 20 people outside between Spring Street and the lounge, appeared to be dispersing from the area. I had observed a male with a guitar case and walked up to him and asked him if he was a DJ. He stated yes. I asked him where he was coming from. He said La Conquista Lounge. I pointed to the door of the lounge and said here, and he said yes. The door was locked. Looking inside, I could see approximately 20 people inside. Knocked on the door. The owner, Mr. Nuno, opened the door. I told him that we were there for a fight call. He said, no, we're closed. Those people weren't in here. We were then met by another male who stated that there was a private party going on upstairs, but that party was over. We then went upstairs. There was a DJ breaking down and about 3 people in there. When I went downstairs, Ms. Nuno said that those people that were in the bar at the time were family of his and not customers. There were still drinks on the bar. There was still a bartender behind the bar. When asked to see his liquor license, he became upset, told us that he wanted us to leave the bar. Advising him that I needed to see the liquor license, he stated that he didn't have it at the bar. It was in the office, and he couldn't find the keys to the office, so he couldn't retrieve it. I addressed the one that was behind the bar, which I says, "Can I see that one?" He said that's the old one. It expired January 1 of 2023. Took a picture of that. There was some pictures of some people in the bar at the time. And there's also body cam footage of the events leading up to that night.
Okay, we'll look at it. Now you say this is, I saw the police report. This was at 4:36 in the morning,
Yes,
and the liquor license is done at 2 a.m., correct? Okay.
he had stated that those people tried coming in the bar, that they had come from a bus from Providence. And I had advised him that he had cameras in his own business, and he could provide those cameras and show that they were not in the bar that night.
What, suggesting that what you're saying is incorrect?
Yes.
Okay.
He's suggesting that they came off a bus from Providence, that they attempted to come to his bar, and he stated, no, we're closed, you can't come in. And I advised him, well, you have cameras of your establishment, you can provide proof that they weren't in here, if that's
But
what
those
you're saying.
pictures right there show they were, clearly. I will watch the body cam. Is someone here to give any testimony about the 2-8 matter? Or is this just another one?
So, when we got that complaint, I just investigated the rest of prior complaints of that establishment and kind of typed it.
Okay, yeah, this is just a synopsis, because there seems to be numerous issues, not just one. Detective Campolone, so when you did all these things, and I have police reports that I've read as well, seems to be another incident that occurred on November 26th. There's a police report to that effect. And that is after hours drinking. March 20th, another fight in the rear parking lot.
Sir, just so you know, the parking lot belongs to the club, not his.
Yeah, no, I'm aware of this establishment. Can we watch the body cam?
Is there any volume? I don't know how
Yeah,
that works.
it starts in about 30 seconds. So that's the gentleman with the guitar case who's pointing me to the door that he came from, stated that he was the DJ.
People leaving. Yeah.
What is this place? What is this place? Who owns this? You went downstairs, I went upstairs. Who owns this up here? You own this? Yeah. It's open. So do you have a permit? What's going on? It's a felony. It's a felony. Yeah.
licensed? Is that licensed anyway?
I don't know.
Gotta go.
A copy of his license? Have a copy of that license? I know it's the one before, but can I just take? No.
It's supposed to be 2 o'clock. I'm gonna let it go.
Yes, yes.
Serving this after 2 o'clock is illegal.
Yes. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. You speak English or not Portuguese? Cesar DE is the bar. Is the Cesar DE.
Yeah, but the bar isn't supposed to be open.
Yes.
So it means everybody in here has to. I know.
Where you go? I go. A minha casa. No, I still be here. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go home, minha irmã. Se you want to go down, let's go. Minha irmã, do you understand? Is that everything? You just say that. Do you understand? No, não casa. Do you understand? Hey, you police officer.
The schedule stays the same.
Hey, what's the key? For the car.
So those people are not home employees. That's my brother. Okay, I'm not arguing with you, sir. You explain it in a license. That's my brother-in-law. That's okay.
Take everybody out. Take everybody out. Okay. You know that. Okay, I want everybody out. Okay, let's sit.
Like, people, literally, somebody left their card and came back with nothing.
Everybody out right now. Let's go. Everybody out. You guys are team. I have to give them the license. I want everybody out. There's nobody else. Only the main bros. Somebody said, I just explained to them, and they don't listen. Yes, I want everybody out. Let's go. I don't have the key. The key is the thing. Isn't that the license right there?
new number? No. Right, but the number should be the same, your license number. Nothing's changed, right? The name is the same, everything's the same? Okay, so where's the new one?
It's in the office. They lent it to us, it's in the office, but I don't know where
I put it in the office, leave it off my phone, I forgot to take it off. You know what I mean? If I lock the door, I lock the key.
see that license? Sure.
How would I get in the door though? How would I go home?
Oh, we got a license on one floor.
Yeah, I spoke to building, they're gonna speak up in a few minutes.
Okay, so who's an employee?
That's my,
Okay.
that's my wife,
Okay.
that's my employee,
Yeah?
that's my employee.
Okay.
That's what she get out. That's my, what he worked, that was that. That's,
How about the 30 people that were outside?
But they're all coming in.
Somebody called us, Mom. No, the lady called. The girl that I was in for, she was in how she loved it. She loved it.
The second one is just a different officer's body cam, it's the same thing.
So I guess we're all set, unless, I don't think, do you think we need to watch the, okay.
No, it's the same thing.
Very good.
And I know the building inspector's here. I'm looking at the license, even though it's the license from the year before. There's only one level, one floor is licensed. Can't be up to,
But only one floor.
I know, you have people up there drinking on the second floor.
That's not my party.
What do you mean it's not your party?
Because
You
that's not.
told me, that in that whole thing, you said it was your brother-in-law.
Oh, we told you?
You said right on the body cam.
But what I was saying to you, I don't.
The
care.
person that was on the second floor, you told him was your brother-in-law.
Because when they come downstairs, there was upstairs, I think it was a private party they have over there. Because if you look downstairs, I had, like when I was telling the officer, he went inside. I was, he was decided to clean the place. And I was selling alcohol, my cash register was closed, and because we had a day party, we wanted to decide to clean up the place.
Well, there was a receipt that showed a drink paid for at 4:17 a.m.
Well, if I may, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to point out a few things for the record, both in the reports and what we just saw.
Okay.
According to Sergeant Gouvert's report, he was dispatched to 256 South Main Street. And Officer Mello says he was dispatched to 254 South Main Street. The establishment in question is at 227 South Main Street. I would hope that the board would agree with me that none of us saw 30 people or 20 people fighting in the street. That just wasn't on that tape. As my client explained to this board, those were people who tried to get into his place and he had locked the door. So as far as him violating the rules of this board with excessive hilarity, noise, crowds, and objectionable persons not being permitted on or about the premises, he had no control over whoever's out in the streets. And that tape didn't show me anybody out in the streets except for 1 or 2 people.
Well, I can tell you, Mr. Frank, and I apologize for, I'm not making any decisions based on anybody fighting in the street.
Okay. I just want to point out some of the disparities.
But somebody called, right? This is a call.
Sure.
This is a 911 call, and the ping is here in the call notes.
Yeah, I saw it, that's what I'm saying, it's right here.
74 meters of 151 South Main Street.
But go ahead, I apologize.
No. I think we can all agree that there weren't 20 to 30 people downstairs in that bar as Sergeant Mello memorialized in his report. Approximately 20 to 30 individuals inside the business, and we observed numerous parties consuming alcoholic beverages. Sergeant Gavere says there were 10 to 20 people, and I observed the bartender still removing beer bottles off the bar. So were there people drinking, or were there just people cleaning up? And if you noticed, there's a case of spring water on the bar, which to me is indicative of providing beverages for people who were going to start cleaning up. This was New Year's Eve. He's going to be open again on New Year's night. And as he explained to the officers that night, and as he's explained to me, and as he'll explain to this board, one of those people was his wife. He was there. His staff was there, still there, and there were certain other family members. I think he said his daughter or his son were there. Now, I think it's fairly common in this area that, especially on a New Year's Eve, you have a work crew who comes in after the festivities. The Venus de Milo was famous for its work crews that would come in after the party closed so that they could open for an antique show at 10 o'clock on New Year's Day. He was in his facility. There weren't 20 to 30 people. I didn't see anybody drinking in that video. And he was entitled to be in his business to get it ready for the next day. If he didn't have the license displayed correctly, I agree. He should have had the brand new license displayed. But I don't think there's any evidence that he didn't have a license. He did have a license. He isn't responsible for what goes on out on South Main Street, especially on New Year's Eve. And I didn't see anybody drinking in that video. I don't think he's ever been before this board before on a complaint. I would ask the board.
No, I think he's very lucky.
Well,
I've been on both sides of this, as people well know. My clients are taking some severe hits on that
Which
side of the
I was
table.
going to remind the chair that it had always been this board's policy that the first time in, you're warned, the second time in.
No, it's not my
then-
policy. I can tell you right now, it's not my policy. It's not my policy, because I can read these numerous reports back in March. We've had at 2:07, there's still 20 people in the bar, and he's not here for these, but there's a track record of what's going on, in my humble opinion, okay? And I, while I respect you, we're good friends. No one's gonna tell me those people weren't there drinking. That's not a cleaning crew. That's not a cleaning crew. Might be New Year's, so therefore they're there at 4 o'clock in the morning, and they're still partying, so be it. That's not a cleaning crew. Okay, and the people came down from downstairs. The guy says he's drunk. He ain't there to clean. And then he was back down in his bar, saying he's his brother-in-law. So I personally don't buy that. And I just, again, my personal opinion, this isn't good. This isn't good. It's not a good situation. And then, Mr. Sudo, I don't know you, and I respect you for being here. You're a business owner in Fall River, but you're yelling at the police officers. You ain't helping things. I didn't even hear you say one time to get people out. You're yelling at them, saying it's because of minority things and racial things. That's not helping the situation.
Chairman, because on the incident you see you say before.
Yep.
The door was locked, and the officer was knocking the door with some lady was from the next door. That was 2:07 in the morning, and my door was locked because 1:50 I took everybody out. Even when the officers show up, my door was locked. I always lock my door.
But that doesn't
on time.
matter, Mr. Soto, if your
Yeah.
door is locked.
No,
The
but
people
when you say
can't be
about
in
the,
there.
when you say about the people, they come like 2:07 knock the door. The people is, do you remember? It's a club next door to me. I mean, I don't control outside, Chairman.
This is not about outside. This says inside your.
No, I'm talking about the one you say the last incident.
There's pictures.
Yeah.
Right
You say
here.
The last incident.
Right here, November 26th, it says there are 20 people inside your bar by the police
What time?
at 2:07. And here's a colored photo of the people inside your bar, and that's somebody drinking. That's the one.
Is that photo dated, Mr. Chairman?
No, the police brought this.
Is it dated?
No, it's not. So we're gonna.
Then I object to it.
Okay, well, object. I have no issues with you objecting. And I'll show you this. But I'm not, in all due respect, Mr. Frank and Mr. Soto, I'm not gonna be, you know, this to me is rather obvious what was going on. And I would have respected this gentleman more to say, this is a night that got out of control, and it was New Year's Eve. To come in here and try to contend before this board that people were cleaning up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So it took them that long to clean up? It's 2 hours and a half after closing time.
But remember, Chairman, I have people, the band, they have to take the equipment also.
I get it.
It took them an hour sometimes to take the equipment.
This is 2.5 hours, sir.
But I'm telling you, sometimes they took it, listen, sometimes they have a lot of
That's you.
equipment.
You as the owner and manager got to make sure that that doesn't happen, and people drinking in your establishment. I'm just speaking for myself, okay? And I really am a little disappointed that there was almost an instigation of a worse event with the police department out there trying to do their job here in the city of Fall River with a lot of things going on lately. This is just not something I will, as a board member, I'm not going to tolerate it. I'm not going to tolerate it. I know what my position is. Nothing against you, nothing against Mr. Frank. I heard everything you said. I don't buy that. I don't believe that. I believe they were there. I believe this was an after-hours situation, being New Year's Eve. You had friends, you had family there. They did not leave. Okay, and at 4:36 in the morning, I do believe they were still there. I believe that picture, I understand Mr. Frank's objection, I believe that picture shows people drinking there. They have a receipt that says 417, still making money off of it, not showing your license, so forth and so on. No, it's
Well,
not.
the license, when I pick up the license, what happened, I put the license inside
I get it.
the office.
I get it.
Because, even he knows I have a license to sign everything off. But what happened, my wife locked the door and locked my key inside. I have to go break the door. I can show you the picture if I can go there. So I told the officer, I didn't refuse to give him the license. I told him.
I heard him. You said your wife said it was in the office. She couldn't
Yeah.
find her keys.
Yeah, because she locked the key inside.
I understand.
Because when I come back, you know what I mean, I try to, because sometimes, I go home like, when I come back at 9 o'clock, I couldn't find the key to the office.
I understand.
But I put that earlier, because I know I pick up my license. She gave the license, she knows. She gave to me earlier. The license was, I have the license.
I do understand.
He signed on the license.
I don't think there's any dispute that he physically had been renewed his license.
Oh, I'm
I
not
think the issue
disputing
is,
that.
no, he didn't have it displayed, and I concede that.
Mr. Frank, I'm trying to be very honest with you. I would have had more respect for this petition to say that this was a situation, a party that got on longer. To try to come before this board and even attempt to say that these were people cleaning up that place at 4:36 in the morning, I don't buy it. And I don't think it's a good thing. And I'm giving you my opinion. I think we have police officers out here trying to work hard downtown, and we're all trying to make downtown better. I don't think this is the necessary way to have relations with our police department, and then with this licensing board to say that this was a situation that people were cleaning up at 4:36. Sorry. I apologize, sir, but I don't buy it. My opinion, and I'll say it, I'm looking for a suspension, small suspension, 3 days. I was on the other side of that table where someone had 3 people in your upstairs, the side building upstairs. 3 people got 2 weeks.
But I don't own upstairs.
I didn't say you. I said I was on the other side of the table when you want to say first offense, upstairs, 3rd floor. 3 people, 2 weeks suspension. My client got. This is far worse. And I just think it's a disingenuous response to this show cause hearing. And I speak for myself. I don't speak for Ms. Cordero. She can speak and she can give her own opinion. But that's my recommendation. Well, that's what I'm going to be recommending.
So 3 days, be tomorrow?
No, won't be tomorrow. We pick the days. No, I don't think we pick the days, but we got to give you your notice.
I have to have it all prepared by the 27th, which I can do.
Okay. Ms. Cordero,
I'm ready for a motion.
if you so want to make a motion.
I'll make a motion to suspend the liquor license for La Conquista Lounge for 3 days.
I second that motion. Any questions on the motion? Anybody to be heard? In favor? Against? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
When would you like to start it? You're just gonna give me some dates.
Meaning,
The dates that you want the suspension to happen, it's noted, if they don't appeal, they have to hand their license.
what days does he open? I mean, the days of the week.
Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 a.m., Sunday, 10 a.m. to 1 a.m.
Everything but Monday.
And how many days do you need?
I would put it at least a week and a half out so I can get everything prepared.
Well, this week, I'm not trying to hurt him on Easter. That's not my intent. I'm trying to not hurt him with holidays or anything like that in April. Twelfth, 13th, and 14th.
He has to hand it in by 9 a.m., 8 a.m. now, because we open at 8, if he chooses not to appeal.
Yeah, if he appeals, then
Okay, it
it's.
just needs to be stated, that's, so 12, 13, 14, correct?
But to be honest with you, and Mr. Frank has probably done it far more than me, but when I appealed mine, you have to ask for a stay from the Alcoholic Beverage Commission to not turn it in, no matter what. If you appeal, I don't think it automatically stays it. But you can check, Mr. Frank, and I'll, when I did.
My experience has been, yes, you have to get a stay, whether it's from a court, a judge of
No, I
Superior
think
Court.
they can do it. I think the Alcoholic Beverage Commission can do it.
They probably can. It's been a while since I did one, Mr.
Yeah, I think they
Chairman.
can do it. I did it with the Republican Club. I think they did it. But I'll also, I will say this, I have no issues that if Mr. Frank appeals it, that if we have the ability to give him a stay, that's fine. Meaning he doesn't have to hand it in. If he appeals it and does it rightfully.
If he
then-
hands it in at 8 o'clock, the day of the suspension starts, correct?
Yep.
Which that would be April the 12th.
Correct.
Yep, and then he'll get it back, Mr. Frank, he can come here at 8 a.m. on the 15th.
Okay,
And he keeps it, and then go from there.
very good.
Okay? Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Mr. Thank you very much for coming over. Good job. I wouldn't want to. That was a little scary. Not really, I wouldn't want to be there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sarge. Thank you.
This,
Oh, okay. We got one more thing?
Yep, it's just an acknowledging a letter.
Oh, is it? I apologize. I'm sorry. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is acknowledgement and accept Cordoba 544 William S. Canning Boulevard is surrendering their all-alcoholic common victualer's license. Do we acknowledge and accept the letter? Motion to acknowledge and accept the letter?
I'll make a motion to acknowledge and accept Cordoba surrendering their all-alcohol common victualer's license.
I'll second that motion. Any questions on the motions? Anybody in favor, anybody opposed?
Those in favor.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Sorry, I lost. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Hearing none, motion passes.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, I'll second that.
Mr. Chairman, may I speak for a moment, please?
Yeah, you may. Before the adjournment, this is prior to the adjournment, we'll have to take another motion.
So, based on the outcome of your previous decision tonight, I went out into the lobby and I contacted the owner and I asked them why they were not present for tonight's meeting, seeing the importance of it. They were under the assumption the meeting was 5 o'clock tomorrow night. And the owner currently lives in Boston, he's not present. But I asked him if he could get a representative here within the next 5 minutes, and they have arrived. I don't know if you want to entertain the property managing managers of the property, or you want to continue with the initial decision. But I'm just letting you know that the answer I was giving, that by two individuals, because I asked the question, they were under the assumption the meeting is tomorrow night and not tonight, at 5 p.m. And that's, I rest my case.
I can only speak for myself, okay, and I'm gonna be very frank about this. We made a special meeting for this already, okay? And the owners never came, okay? The property manager was here, didn't seem to know anything about anything, okay? Clearly wasn't aware of the fact that things have been massive changes over there and no one even informed the city or worked with the city to get them done. I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I'm not trying to put anybody out of business. But I personally don't think that I'm going to be in a position to change anything. Unless Mr. Hathaway and Mr. Hilario are going to sit right here and say to me, there's no further issues, Mr. Chairman. Zero. Everything has been taken care of. And I don't think you're going to be able to say that, okay? Then I'm not voting for this lodging license anyhow. Because, let's face it, when did this expire? December 31st? We're going into April. We had a special meeting for a late application. We've tried, sir. I don't know if you, Mr. Rinaldi?
No, I'm not.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We're from a property management company.
Oh, the owner's not here? Oh, well, no, I don't even need to hear from you. I apologize. Don't even need to hear from Mr. Hathaway. The answer's no. As far, Ms. Cordero?
I'm in agreement.
They were told to be here, and that was specifically stated to your property manager, not you guys, so it's not on your shoulders. Your property manager was here, and Mr. Pereira specifically said, on the record, I want the owners here next meeting, not the property management company. So therefore, no disrespect to you, ma'am and sir, I don't mean to take this out on you, but as far as I'm concerned, the answer is no. That's denied. Okay? All right.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And committee.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second that motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?